I think it's a really good discipline to always be using my own experience as a touchstone, because if I'm giving you advice, Eric, I can give you advice all day long. I got a million ideas of things that are going to work for you. And there's a lot of things that are going to sound good on paper, but when you try them out, you may find that they don't work the way they're supposed to.
Now, before we start, a little context behind this session. This conversation with Gretchen Rubin was recorded live inside of one of my classes. Gretchen has spent years studying habits, happiness, and human nature. And what I appreciate most about her work is how little she believes in universal answers. In the session, she talks about why most advice fails, why nothing works for everyone, and why understanding yourself matters more than finding the best system. If you've ever tried to follow advice that just didn't seem to work for you, this conversation, it will help you understand why. And really, our group of memoirists who I'm teaching, and so many of them were like geeking out, getting the chance to chat with you as someone who's done that one. Did you ever envision that you would be having, your first books were not in this way. Did you ever expect to be this known as a storyteller of your own story and teacher through it?
No, I did not anticipate that. And it is very interesting to always be using myself as the lens through which I tell my stories and kind of deliver information. It's an interesting discipline.
Do you find one of the things that I think a lot of sort of folks that go through that process, they wrestle with this idea of teaching, not preaching, right? There's this sort of balance.
Yes.
Look at me. How have you navigated that? Because I think, I will say when I read it, it doesn't feel like you're talking at me. It really does feel like you're telling stories. But is there a process that you've learned?
I think you put your finger on something that's absolutely essential. And I think about that question all the time. And so that's one of the reasons why I think it's a really good discipline to always be using my own experience as a touchstone. Because if I'm giving you advice, Eric, I can give you advice all day long. I got a million ideas of things that are going to work for you. And there's a lot of things that are going to sound good on paper, but when you try them out, you may find that they don't work the way they're supposed to. And so I feel like it's a very important discipline to actually try something. And I'm not preaching if I'm telling myself what to do.
Interesting.
That's essentially what I do is I tell myself what to do. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but it's more that you're like, oh, seeing what she's learned and what she's tried, that makes me want to try something myself.